Welcome to the Covers and Pages podcast, the cozy corner where books come to life. Tune in every week as host Resealisa flips through stories with authors, narrators, and the amazing folks behind your favorite bookstores. So, grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's flip through the pages.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Covers and Pages podcast. My name is Alisa, and Covers and Pages podcast is all about bringing authors, narrators, bookstore owners, and book influencers together who continue to empower this book space. So, on the call right now is the man, the myth, the legend. If you have not heard of the gentleman, trust and believe, y'all will be hearing about him and all of his amazing books, because I know he got some more amazing books coming up. Because if you have not read Discipline, this is your sign to go read Discipline, but we're going to get into Discipline in the conversation. But y'all, let me read his bio. And I just want to go on record to just say, out of all the people I have interviewed, this has been the shortest bio that I have ever received and that I'm going to read. Okay. Mr. Marc Avery. He is a bookworm, love that for him, a RoboCop fanatic, a crime fiction novelist, a writer advocate, a taco enthusiast, and a legendary introvert. Ladies and gentlemen, Marc Avery, how are you?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining. I knew after I finished reading Discipline, I was like, yeah, I got to have him on the show to just talk about his journey, because I am very intrigued to know how did this book come about. But let's get to know you. So outside of what I read, let everyone know who is Marc Avery.
I'm just like, I always tell people, like, I'm just a regular guy from South Philly. So I was, husband, father, writer, visionary, dreamer. I guess if I had to sum myself up as succinct as possible.
Yeah, I love that. And let me say this, okay? There is no one from Philly that I do not like, okay? Because I am an Eagles fan, right? Philly. I am a huge Boys to Men fan, Philly, okay? Will Smith, Philly. I could just keep going, right? So
Yes.
Guess what, my friend? You good in my eyes. Because anybody that's from Philly, Rese is going to like that automatically. Even though I want to just say this, Nathan Morris, the founder and creator of Voice to Men, he is a 49ers fan. I don't like that for you.
Yeah, but no.
Don't like that for you. Okay? So so just tell me, what influenced you to start writing books?
So I was just talking to one of my teachers. I went to military school, so I was talking to one of my teachers the other day. She actually read the book too. And in her class, she had us do like this project where we had to create a fake city. And at the time, Jerry Stackhouse was on the 76ers, and he had a sneaker deal with Feli. So I called my city Philadelphia. So after we created this fake city, I was like, I really want to create like more stuff. And always when it was time to do book reports or anything in that where we get to be creative or in that sort of thing, I was like, you know what, I want to do this. And that's kind of how I got started in like wanting to write.
So as of now, you have produced 2 books, correct?
So 4 total.
Okay.
But I wrote 2 books under a different like pseudonym, but they're out of print now. So under Marc Avery, I have these 2 books, just Discipline and Redemption Lost.
Okay. So what was the inspiration behind Discipline?
90s buddy cop movies if it's a buddy cop movie, it's some influence. Rush Hour, New York Undercover, Miami Vice, Bad Boys. Bad Boys Bad Boys and New York Undercover especially, because they both had two black leads. And when New York Undercover came out, I had never seen that before. And then when Bad Boys happened, it was like, I think they were happening at the same time, if I'm not mistaken. And I just was like, wow, we just never seen that. And I just wanted my own two cool detectives. And that was like the genesis of the book.
Yeah, because listen, the book was good.
I appreciate that.
I don't just say that just to be saying it, and especially if you would not be on this podcast if I didn't enjoy the book. I enjoyed that book, and like I told you, we were speaking offline. That ending, I was like, what? Like, what? But you know, hey, let me just say this: if you are in the Houston area on October 23rd at Mid-Java Coffee and Books, Mr. Marc Avery will be in Houston. And we will be talking about discipline. So make sure y'all pull up on it, okay?
Yes.
So with that, like, so have you read some of the reviews about your books, and how do you just deal with some of the negative reviews?
So, and I saw your interview with Masterpiece, so okay. I know how you get down. I do my research. So, I try, like, to say that I don't pay attention would be like a lie, right? Like, you get everything. I try to limit myself to once a week, because you don't want to keep looking at it, right? You want some perspective of how people like it. Like, how, you know, people tag me and I see it, and then people come up to me, or when I'm on tour right now, so somebody started reading it in the store. So it's like, hey, man, what happened right here? And I'm live, you know, so that was a trip for me. I'll tell you two things. One of my favorite authors, Michael Connolly, said, you're not as great as your greatest review, and you're not as terrible as your worst review. So I kind of try to stay as much as I can, like, in the even keel. Like, I don't try to get too high or too low. But one thing I will say, I got a DNF, right? I wasn't even supposed to be looking, but and I didn't know anything about the ARCs. I wasn't really familiar, because this would be the first time that I had ARC copies. People was asking me, I was like, I don't got no ARC copies, until I learned that I did have them. So I think the person said I didn't capture the Philly vernacular, and it was funny because I was born there. So I'm talking how I would talk to my friends, or how my brothers speak to me. You know what I mean? So when it was funny, you know, to me to hear that. But people are entitled to their own opinion. And once I read it and digested it, I moved on, because I know that there's a collective of people out there that do like it, and I try my best to focus on finding more people that do like it.
Yeah, I just love how the book was just, I'm not from Philly, but I love how the book was just Philly through and through. Like, I really felt like I was there in certain parts of the book when I was reading. I was like, dang, when I do go to Philly, I'm gonna go here just so I can see what this looked like. Like that, I love that, and you did such a great job painting that picture of Philly and the people, and just telling a really good story in Discipline. But like I told you, we are not gonna talk about Discipline. I'm trying not to, because it's so hard. Because I really want to talk about the book, but go ahead.
I'll tell you something. So, you know, books go through all types of different drafts and stuff. Mm-hmm. His name wasn't Discipline. His name that his name is now was not his name. He was a side character with no arc. He took over the book like Steve Urkel did Family Matters. He was supposed to come over and with the Winslows for one episode and be gone. He then took over the whole situation. We're trying to figure out, the original title was A Recipe for Survival, right? I get the contract. the contract says title to be determined. So I said, I guess we're not going with that title, right? So we had to pick a title. We are going through title after title. I'm sitting in my living room and I'm like, it's about him. We should just name the book after him. And that's how we got the name. Now, how I came up with his nickname, I don't remember.
Wow.
It took me 10 years to write this book. I don't remember everything.
It took you 10 years to write the book.
It was off and on. I stopped. I started. You know what I did? You know what the gap was? I stopped and wrote, finished, and queried Redemption Lost. Mm-hmm. That's where the gap is. I stopped and started writing and finished that book, got the deal, and came back and kept not wanting. I was like, I'm not finishing this book until I actually finished it. But that's why it took so long to actually write.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What? So just tell me, what is your favorite part of just being a writer?
Touching the people. People was telling me that going on tour was a waste of time, and I just politely told them that I don't care. Not when I'm regular, I'm just a dude from South Philly. So when somebody come in the store and tell me they've been waiting to see me, I turn and look the other direction, waiting for who? Some other, I don't know, maybe some other person behind me. It can't be me. And to be there to be able to put something that I worked on in somebody's hand, that's the best. And then to have, when I got your email, or when I got your inbox, I was at my Melangall's house. And I said, yo, we in Texas. For where I'm from, I've never been to Texas before. But he took me to Texas to meet, has allowed me to meet people. And that is the best. Your reaction is the best part about being a writer. That I want that 1,000,000 times.
Yes. So quick little story. To everyone that's listening, I was at one of my favorite coffee shops / bookstores, Lit Java Coffee and Books in Pearland, Texas, and I was sitting in front of the owners, and we were planning events, and I was just like, yo, I'm reading this book, his name is Marc Avery, and I'm telling him about the book, and I said, man, it'd be really dope to see if I can get, an art talking him, with him in the store. And I was like, man, I'm gonna just try. I said, I'm gonna just send him a DM. And I'm going to just ask him, hey, what you doing? You want to come to Texas? And that's how, and I was so excited when you told me yes. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be really good.
Let me tell you, I told the family, I'm like, yeah, we going to Texas. That's, we got to go. I can't, it got to happen. And right. it was, so I don't know how often. Do you see me on? We interact on Threads.
Yeah.
Not that this means anything, but when I first started on Threads, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Mm-hmm. I may have had, you know how you take your Instagram followers and then you quote unquote transfer them over to Threads. So at one point I had 322 followers, direct transfer from Instagram to Threads. I was like, maybe this is not going to work either. I don't know what I'm doing. That was 2 years ago. Now I got almost 8,000 friends, right? I have no idea what happened. I just started just figure out, just be me. And start trying to figure out, stuff. I don't have to figure out how to be Marquise, which is, my name. But I don't have to figure that out. I know what I like. I know I like humor. I like to tell my stories and stuff like that. The other day, so I wanted to reach out to you before we had any interaction, but I'm like, how do I come at it? I don't know what's appropriate to, hey, here's this book. You get that 100 times a day. I'm like, how do I, you know what I mean? So we connected. Then I was like, I want to reach out to the book joint in Chicago. because I want to hit every major city in the United States.
Right.
And I was like, I don't know how I'm approach it. I'm watching a video the other day, and my book is on the table already. That's like, I'm like, why is we playing around? Like, that's that sort of, some sort of, I don't know how, some sort of way we got it found, it's finding its way beyond me.
Right.
And I think that's super cool,
Right. And that's a good segue into my next question. Like, what has been the most surprising thing you learned while being an author?
I was so naive when I signed my first deal. I assumed, soon as I do, not that I was going to, like, the distribution part of the game, right? So as soon as I signed, it'd be in the store, and they got the relationship. So it's gonna pop off for me because I'm with them, right? Mm-hmm. That wasn't the case. I failed at the time to like create a buzz. I was cold from a literary standpoint, and I just assumed that once I signed, it would be this. I would have a marketing campaign, and this would happen, and I had to find out, like, if you are not up here, you have to create some sort of buzz that forces people to look at you, because if you don't, you'll just be ignored. That was a hard lesson.
Have you ever wanted to leave the book space?
Yeah, so I self-published first a long time ago, and that was super difficult because it requires a lot of money, and I was burning through it. And I just, at that time, right up until before redemption loss and I got the deal, I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing this. And the owner at the time at the bookshop out here in Delaware, Hockessin Bookshelf, she said, just try one more time, and if you don't like it, then you go ahead and do it. I sent the first 3 chapters to my agent, and she liked it, and then the rest is history. And then I said, I'm never going to think about giving up on my gift again. Right. And I never had those thoughts again.
Right. How did the collaboration with Black Odyssey come about?
Now, because I'm a reader, I knew about Shawanda. Like, I make it a habit to pay attention to movers and shakers. So I knew her by face. And Radia Hubbard from Urban Reviews Online, she reached out to me and said, Shawanda's Entice is starting a publishing company, and I think maybe you should tell your agent to reach out. And I'm like, we in the query trenches, we looking for a deal. So I'm like, all right, we ain't got nothing to lose. And my agent Joy, she reached out, and then they offered me the deal, and I was like, I don't know, this is about to be something. I can feel it. I don't know. They was new, and I just was like, I feel like her track record and how she was talking about it, I was like, oh, this is different. Then she said they had national distribution. All I heard was a national distribution. I was like, oh, word up. Okay. I see what you're trying to do. And I said, all right, let's do it. So let's do it.
Right. I love that, because Black Odyssey has definitely been just a real major influence in my life and why I do these interviews and different stuff like that, because I'm just like, a Black-owned publishing company, a Black-owned, woman-owned publishing company. Come on now.
Say it again.
I can't. Like, there's no way. And like, I what? Like, who? I love it. And I'm like, man, if she can do what she doing, and she has all of these authors under her belt, I have to give these authors and narrators and content creators a platform to speak their voice. because what she is doing in the world of literature is just absolutely amazing, and shining a light on some amazing authors.
You better, man. You ain't told one lie yet.
Like, so Shawnee, if you listen to this, honey, hey girl, you know I love you, girl.
You know what's funny too? So I said, because people ask me all the time, what has been my experience with my publishing. I said, bro, I got an audiobook. You don't want to talk to me. I got an audiobook, bro. Like, I got like, they don't get them. Like, they don't get them. They didn't make me change nothing. Like, I came to them with the story that I had. They only improved it. That was it. They didn't make me change nothing. Had they not requested that the title be changed, we don't have that title. So it's just like, I have nothing. 10 out of 10. No notes.
Right?
No notes. They believed in me. Sorry.
Where's your favorite place to write?
I'm all over I have no. My one writer regret is that I don't have a dedicated writing space. So I'm on my phone. I may be at somebody's house. I could be in a cafe. I'm I'm all over the place. So anywhere that I can get them words down. But my new favorite thing is to voice record. So that helps too.
Okay. So if you wasn't an author, what do you think you'd be doing? Because you used to work at a bookstore, correct?
Yeah, but I was scouting though. Just all research.
Okay.
Watching customer psychology.
But the same way you said you researched me, I researched you. I was like, oh. My boy used to work at the bookstore.
Listen, I used to be in the mystery thriller section, going up to the where I would be if I were on the shelf, and I would move it to make it blank, so whoever would be next to me, it would just be that blank. And until I had to, because I was the one that had to fill the blank again, until I would fill it again, and then it would be a space there. But I would just watch what they do. But if I wasn't doing this, I probably would try to be. My brother is like a sous chef.
Okay.
So I'd probably be in the kitchen with him. I'm not as good as him, but I'm alright. that or a marketing executive, either or. Yeah.
So with the power of social media, has there ever been anything that's been like very surprising to you when it comes to your readers? Like, do you have readers in your DMs like me chit chat with you?
So when you don't go through something and you hear it, you be like, man, they lying. They made that up. Don't nobody be emailing. This book shattered all that stuff. People that came specifically and waited for the book signing. They brought the book twice. That blew my mind. Like, you brought it twice. Okay, I'm just trying to process that. I had never gotten emails before, and I was getting emails about, they felt something about it. That meant everything to me. And then the biggest thing that I kept false starting this newsletter is, I was like, ain't nobody signing up for this new.
Blew your mind.
Whew. I'm like, because my phone is stupid. I just want to put that out there, because sometimes I don't turn. Sometimes I don't turn the ringer off. I went to go to sleep one night a few months ago. The phone keeps going bing, 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 because people are signing up for the newsletter. I had to turn it off. And I'm like, yo, they really rock with me, yo. Like, this is crazy. I was, this whole experience, because I'll be transparent.
Please.
So my book came out, the day it came out. I was going to do, I'm not going to lie, I was going to do this thing. I was going to go to the store, I was going to pick a random store. I was going to go in there and get it off the shelf. Problem was, it wasn't on there. So, at first I'm like, what is going on? Then I said, no problem. I understand the pecking order of where I am in my career. Don't nobody know me. So that only empowered me to start on the journey I'm on now, is to build recognition in the places that I want to be, and I gotta go. So I have to show my face in these places, and if I gotta travel across the country, I don't care. I'm crazy. So I don't care. Wherever I have to go, I'll go. It can be figured out, and I'll figure it out as I'm doing it. And that only made me want to go that much harder. And that's kind of the journey that I've been on now.
I love that. And let me share this with you. When I don't know what video I posted, because you started following me. And I'm always surprised when an author starts following you first. And I'm like, dang, y'all rock with me? Okay, cool. But what intrigued me about you was watching your content and you taking yourself, just look it up.
That happened by accident.
Tell me the story.
I took a screenshot of this status, and whatever the status was, it required me to do the look thing, and then I was like, wait a minute, people seem to watch this video. I'm just gonna keep doing it. So it's totally by accident. And the video I saw you were doing some sort of like trip where you went on the trip, you have beach, have drinks, reading and stuff. I'm like, oh, that looked fun as hell.
Oh, yes. It was my birthday trip.
See?
Yes. It was my birthday trip to the Bahamas. Yes.
Yep. I said, this looked like so much fun. Let me follow it. You be reading on it. Listen.
I love that. And then when I went on your page, and I saw, because I saw, you were promoting the book. So I was following that journey. I was like, baby, when this book come out, I had it written down on my TV. I said, when that book come out, I am going to go and buy that book at one of my favorite Black-owned bookstores, Lip Java, Coffee and Books in the Book Readers Menu. Oh, completely forgot about that. Sidebar, not only will Mr. Marc Avery be at Lit Java Coffee and Books, how could I forget Miss Sherelle? If you listen, I'm so sorry. He will also be at our book club. Like, so y'all, this October is going to be so good. So please make sure y'all tap in with us. But anyway, I told Miss Sherelle, I said, when Discipline come out, I need for you to buy it. She said, okay. And as soon as she got it, I ran. That bookstore is about an hour away from me. I drove an hour to go get, because I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't gonna go get it from Barnes & Noble, and I don't even think my Barnes & Noble that's close by me have it yet.
I had to. I was like, I gotta find my tribe and see how like that's making me feel like crazy, because that's all I wanted. And I was just trying to figure out, like, at first, right? So I'm, my marketing brain, right? At first I was like, let me promote the detectives, right? And that was kind of difficult for me. And then I was like, he's crazy. So why don't I just promote him? And then it went from, that's where all my promo went, to making him be like this, like, larger than life figure. And I felt like people felt like that when they were like reading it. And the scenes that I'm talking about. So
Yeah.
Every time you see one of those scenes, just know I'm pretending to be him, right? And where I would be mentally if I had to do this, and is it memorable enough, or are you feeling something? It can't just be like pow and it's over. It has to be something. You like, what the hell is wrong with Marc Avery? Like, what was he thinking? And I felt like I tried to achieve that anytime those scenes happen. So
I'm telling you, Mark, I was gonna make it my mission to go get that book. As soon as I saw that she had it in, baby, I got in that car. I put some gas in my car first, because I remember that day, honey, I was gonna eat. I said, I ain't going nowhere if I don't put no gas in my car. And I said, I am going to go get that book. And I said, Miss Sherette, and she had it. So she has her Black Odyssey books displayed behind her register. So you see it, like, as soon as you walk in the store, that's the first thing you see. She had it up there. And I said, you know I came for that book. She said, girl, I just put it up there. I said, I'm going to give it to me. Bring it on down. Bring it on down. Now I got my book.
my pitches always, like, after my elevator pitch, I had to work on that too. I said, do not read that prologue if you're not prepared to keep on going, because you can't read the prologue and put the book down. That's unacceptable. Like, you would have to keep on going. You at least want to know what is the next thing that happens. And that's kind of where that wasn't even initially, that was not in the book. Again, that was after we got to Black Odyssey, and then it was like, we needed a little bit more, and I was like, let me go backwards, and that's how that came along.
What do you think, in your opinion, makes a great story?
For me, it will be making the reader feel something emotionally. Is it cinematic? And do you remember it? Is it memorable? Would you tell somebody? Like, is this good enough? Is this good enough to tell somebody else? Right? And the case study so far is that people want to tell people about this guy. Right? It's the same way I felt when after I read All the Sinners Bleed. I wanted to tell people about this sheriff. This is crazy. I'm still recovering from King of Ashes. I need at least like one more business day. Just one more business day.
Okay.
And I'll be fine.
Listen, it took me 2 weeks because I was just like, because I got the audiobook early. And I was like, oh my God.
I'll just say, since you read it, you know who the real villain was.
Yeah.
It's a little hard at first, but once you get around the little, maybe around the 30% left mark, you like, yeah, you tried to fool me, buddy. You've been the devil the entire time. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Tried to trick us, but we figured it out. I was like, oh, okay. I see what he tried to do. Yeah.
So, if you could have dinner with any author, living or dead, who would it be and why?
Probably Michael Connelly.
Okay.
He is like the bar for me. Like, I was coming from Salisbury, Maryland, Silver Springs, Maryland. I drove out there to do a outside book convention. It went okay, and I went back home, and there was a show on Prime, and it was called Bosch. I knew the actor, so I started watching it. Oh, I kind of like this. It's cool. They said it was based on a book. Once I found out who the author was, I read the first book in that series, and I read like the first 9 books, and I'm like, I'm writing my thing at the same time, so I'm like, this is good. And then he had the show, and I just was like, I want this. I want my books adapted to the small screen. I don't want a movie. I want a streaming show. And as I told you before, I do my research. I said, when I go on tour, I bet you if I was a marketing person, he would be first, he would be top left on new and noteworthy, right? Because his name is the cover. Nobody cares about what's on the cover. His name is almost bigger than the name of the book. It's inconsequential. He is Michael Connelly. You don't need to know anything else. Either you're going to buy it or not. within the first day of him dropping his new book, I think he had like 600 reviews. And I'm just like, that impact where that character has been across, I think, 30 books. And I was like, I want that impact. And I also want those residual payments. So I was like, that would be, yeah, I would definitely want to pick his brain.
What's next for you?
So I got one like little, I guess, like side project that I'm like a passion project, but the most important one is the next book in that series, and I have an outline already. So you better believe that it's gonna be something. We going back to Philly again. I'm taking y'all back to Philly again.
And I just want to say this because I was doing my favorite thing in the world, immersive reading. Every time the narrator kept saying West Philadelphia, I would just scream out, "Born and raised."
You gotta do it. It's mandatory.
It only makes sense. It only makes sense, Mark.
Somebody, so remember you were saying the feedback? Mm-hmm. I hadn't listened to the audiobook, right? Somebody said, did you listen to the, did you hear the audiobook? And I'm like, no, I ain't listened to it yet. I listened to that thing the other day.
Look, did that scare you? Because listen, the audiobook warriors, if they don't like something, they gonna definitely let the author know. So I am terrified to know what they said next.
His voice inflection when Discipline is scared, like when he's younger, when he's about to cry or when he gotta do stuff, it was amazing. I was like, y'all right. Dude did a phenomenal job.
He did a great job.
Now, and I ain't gonna hold you. I was looking for him. Couldn't find him on Instagram. Could not find him. And I'm elite CI level researcher. I could not find this guy. I just want to tell him thank you. It was wow. He did it, like, even parts where it's just maybe information, the way he's conveying it is even entertaining. You like, that's just a passage. How did he make that sound? So yeah, it was good. I was very, very happy with the audiobook. Very happy.
Yeah, the audiobook really, like I mentioned earlier, really brought the story to life. Like I felt like I was in the streets of Philly, and I'm trying to get to Philly so bad, but I felt like I was in the streets of Philly. It was just a very, and again, I'm not just saying this because you are in front of me, but it was such a well-written story. And when I got to the end, I was just like, God damn it. And again, like I told you, I'm not going to spoil it, but that ending, didn't see it coming.
But
when the detective said, "Oh, Discipline taught her well," it
is. Yeah. It was.
And I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna say nothing else. I'm not gonna say nothing else. We can sidebar after the show.
Yeah, definitely, yes. It was a lot of. You know what? Sometimes people don't like. Some people don't like description. I love it. So, if you are in a trap house, I want you to feel like you in the trap house. I don't want to just say it. I want you to step on drug paraphernalia and crack beneath the shoe, and you know what I mean, and make you feel like, oh, all right, I am in this cramped room with him. But yeah, this is. I love this. I can't even. It's great. It's the greatest. It really is.
Well, Mark, this was just such a great conversation. I'm definitely gonna have to bring you back when the next book comes out. Oh, that's another question. Is the next book you write, is that going to be published on the Black Odyssey?
I hope so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I love them. 10 out of 10, no notes. Like, I can't. Like, I got an audiobook. I'm gonna keep saying it. But how your morning going? Oh, great. I got audiobooks. I don't know how you doing. I'm doing great. So.
Okay, right. I got an audiobook. Is there anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
I want to thank you so much for having me as a guest, and we about to bring Philly to Texas, so I'm gonna need all the food spots because I'm greedy. So.
Oh, I got you. Let
I need
everyone
it.
know where they can find you on social media.
The two main places, Instagram and Threads. Threads is my mansion. Instagram is my little apartment in the city. No bedroom. It's a studio efficiency. But I still love it like my own. So, yeah. Instagram and Threads.
I love it. And you all, if you have not read Discipline by Mr. Marc Avery, please go pick up that book or listen to the audiobook. It's available on Libro.fm, Audible, or wherever you get your audiobooks. But I'm going to tell y'all this, like I always say at the end of all my podcasts, go and buy that book. Go and buy that book. Specifically from Black-owned bookstore, but go and buy that book. Okay? Thank y'all so much for listening to Covers and Pages podcast. Mr. Marc Avery, we out. Also, in West Philadelphia, born and raised. I'm just kidding. Bye, y'all.
That's a wrap on this chapter of the Covers and Pages podcast. If you loved today's conversation, don't forget to follow, rate, and share the podcast with your fellow book lovers. You can also find us on Instagram at Covers and Pages Podcast. Follow the host at resealisareads on social media. Until next time, keep reading, keep listening, and keep turning those pages.